Oh my god. Oops, gotta readjust. Gotta readjust. Just a slight bit. And then what up, Lola? What's going on? How's everything going on, Lola, out there in Cali? Kid Mega, what up, man? Dave Moore, what it do, bro? What is it? Tuesday nights. Trying to make this my live stream nights, but you know, doing the best that I can. You said it's warm today and tomorrow's gonna rain. Yeah. It was it's been raining here in the DMV too. Um, and it's been like 50 something degrees, so it's supposed to be spring. I don't know. Clearly Mother Nature didn't get the memo yet. But nah, Dave, I was on last Tuesday as well. Um, I'm trying to get a schedule going here, but we'll see how what happens. What's going on, Terrence Jones? We're gonna talk about what's left of free agency, and as the Cowboys get into the draft. So try to get wait till some more people slide in here real quick, and I'll get into the topics of discussion for the night. Talk a little bit about Zeke Elliott as well, because I did mention about Zeke before, and I told you guys I said. Um, Although they released him, there always a possibility of him, to come back. Terrence Jones, man, thank you for the super chat, brother. Appreciate you, man. Um, yeah, I had mentioned about Zeke last week when we were live, and I was talking about them making him a post June 1 cut because of his money. Now the fact that they did not offer him a contract because in their mind they were saying that it was disrespectful to lowball him. But I mean, my whole thing is if you're going to release him, and I really doubt another team really picks him up because a lot of these teams right now they're trying to draft. They're not trying to pick up any old running backs. They're trying to draft to keep it moving. Uh, John Durden, what's going on, man? How you doing, man? Um, I didn't I didn't see you last week, so I figured you were probably still healing up. How's everything going with you, man? How's what's the update on you, man? How you feeling, John? Talk to me, brother. What up, Jenkins? But yeah, um, what's funny is if Zeke don't get picked up by another team, then it's possible that he come back. But the crazy part is, I don't know if y'all know, but his number is gone. Ooh, the disrespect. Dallas Cowboys gave his number to Stephon Gilmore. So Stephon Gilmore has number 21 now. Now I know Zeke said he wanted 15, but doesn't somebody else on our team already have number 15 as well? That's gonna be interesting. And Brandon Cooks took Anthony Brown's number 3. Uh-oh. I love weed. What up, bro? I'm good. My son's good. I get my son this weekend, so definitely have daddy son time this weekend. I bet Zeke will stay in Dallas and just play his role. I'm pretty sure, and I don't mind that, Terrence. I don't mind that because what you can do is you could just shift things around, right? You could focus on this offense being um, predicated to Tony Pollard, and if Ronald Jones makes the team, you can use them as a tandem, and then you can utilize Zeke Elliott for those hard runs. You know what I'm saying? And when you're trying to get into the end zone on first and goal, you know what I mean? Like you use Zeke as a goal line guy, use Zeke as in pass protection, use Zeke for his ability, right? We no longer need Zeke to be the home run guy. That's what you got Pollard for. That's what you got Ronald Jones for if he makes a team. So with if you do bring Zeke back, that's good because you can use him for that. You can utilize him in that. Um, has Zeke taken anything Cowboys off of social media? No, I don't think he has. And because of that, I know him and his agent have probably been talking, and it's like, hey, if we don't get an offer from anybody, because it doesn't look like anybody's really interested, unless these teams are just acting like that because they don't want nobody to know what they're doing. But as time progresses, if we get closer and closer to draft time, teams are no longer trying to pick up free agents because the free agency is in that we're transitioning into that free agency dying mode, right? Teams are now focusing on creating their draft boards and looking at the guys that they're going to draft because there's a lot of good running backs in this draft. Oh yeah. Will Greer does have number 15. So yeah, so Zeke can't get 15 either if he comes back unless he pays Will Greer for it, and I'm pretty sure Will Greer will come off of that for Zeke Elliott. Um, the update is not good. The doctor can't do anything else. The doctor told you got 3 years to live. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you something, John. I'm gonna tell you how God works, right? The doctors could say that all day that you got 3 years, and maybe so, your life may be shortened, but God got the final judgment call on that, bro. And at the end of the day, man, we're gonna put that in God's hands. We're gonna put that in God's hands. Oh yeah, Kid Mega said it too. So put that. We're gonna put it in God's hands, John. God got you, John, and we're gonna continue to pray. And as long as you're still here breathing on this earth, man, I want you to continue to live life to the fullest. Do the things that you can do while you're here, and if there's anything I can do on this channel to help you out, man, as far as what I'm saying, you coming on the channel and because you always gonna get love here, bro. Always. So, you know. You say you think Zeke would be a great teacher for B. John Robinson. Thing about it is, if would you if you brought Zeke back, would you end up picking B. John Robinson? Because then you would have Tony Pollard, you got Zeke, then Tony Pollard, Ronald Jones, Zeke, you still got Rico Dowdle on the team, and you got Malik Davis. So all of these running backs can't play or make the team. So somebody got to go. So either one or the other. I think if they bring back Zeke, I don't think they're gonna draft a running back high. They'll probably get a developmental guy later on in the draft. Isaac Ramirez, what's going on, man? That's right. I love we gods, not docs. Oh, here come Eastside Harold with this bro. But we love you, John, man. Much love to you, John, man. But trust me, man. I feel you, bro. I feel for you, man. And I can only imagine what is going on in your head right now, man. I can only imagine. You know what I mean? But this is why I always say all the time on my channel. I can't speak on other channels, but I know on my channel I always try to create a family atmosphere on here for you guys. And you know what I'm saying? Like this is a safe place. We can always talk. And if you're on Instagram, bro, if you just need to privately message me, you can send me a message on Instagram. If you just need to talk about something, you need to vent, or you just need some prayers, man. We're here for that, brother. Alicia D, how you doing? Top five. You say you personally like Miller from TCU. Yeah, that's a good pickup as well. But I just don't think that I think that the Cowboys more so need to work on that offensive line more than anything. My dream pick in the first round is an offensive lineman because we don't have a lot of proven depth behind our starters. Because we know Tyron Smith ain't gonna play 100% of the snaps. We don't have a backup center. I know we picked up what's his name? Chuma, but he's like a swing guard. He's like a he's like a Swiss Army knife. You said tell us how much I'm gonna miss Dalton Schultz. Esau Harold, I don't let me tell you something about Dalton Schultz. We got a lot of good tight ends on this team. And I don't think if anybody gonna miss Dalton Schultz, it's gonna be Dak Prescott, not us. Will we draft a kicker in the sixth or seventh round? That's an interesting question. Um, um, I mean, it's possible, but when the last time that you've actually seen the Cowboys actually draft a kicker? It's I don't even remember if they did, and if they did, it's been a long time. Now it's possible if they would, but I think a lot of kickers go undrafted. They could probably get a guy that's undrafted and grab him from that undrafted pool. So you know, yeah, like I said, you could get a running back in the fourth or fifth round. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like get offensive linemen. We need offensive linemen. Um, get a young defensive tackle. Speaking of that though, we talked about just like in my title of the video, are the Cowboys done in free agency? And I say no. Cowboys party, what up, man? What's going on? Um, I don't think that they're done in free agency. I will say this: we have on the docket right now, what the Cowboys are working on. They're working on the contracts for both Jonathan Hankins and um, Carlos Watkins. So a dream scenario for me was to have these wide receivers like we did. You got Stephon Gilmore, so you got your cornerback locked up. We need that run D, right? Go bring back Jonathan Hankins. So they said that that's in the works. So I think it's more so on Jonathan Hankins on what he really wants to do. But we know that there's mutual interest because I don't see that Jonathan Hankins wants to go to another team. He's been here with Dan Quinn. Once you had Dan Quinn as a coach, you really don't want to like you don't want to go nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to continue to strive in that, especially when you got a coach that you trust like that. Uh, Definitely keep it like that. So I look at it like this: if they resign Hankins, Carlos Watkins, a lot of people hate on Carlos Watkins, but I'm gonna tell you right now, Carlos Watkins has definitely been um, a guy that's shown some things for us during the season. So even getting him a 1 year contract helps. Um, but another guy I want to see them bring back is T.Y. Hilton. I feel like that will complete our wide receiver core. John Durden, I know you asked me about oh, wait, David Jig, you said did I get a draft hat? No, not yet. Um, I normally get a draft hat every year. I'm gonna probably order it this weekend. We can draft a right tackle in first and second. Yeah, definitely offensive lineman first before anything. So you said, John, you said, will the Cowboys sign or trade 2 picks for Hopkins? I doubt that. Because this is what I would do, right? You don't necessarily need Hopkins. I'm gonna tell you why. Because Hopkins is almost like getting a CD Lamb, right? So when you're setting your wide receiver core, you want your wide receivers to match. You want them to make sense, right? You don't want to get too many of the same type of guy, right? So, for instance, a D Hop is more of a CD Lamb type of guy, and I've explained this before. Their skill sets are kind of the same what they do. So when you have two of them on the field, they kind of cancel each other out. So it's almost like you kind of need a different type of guy. And I feel like Brandon Cooks fit this offense more than D Hop did with CD Lamb. You know what I mean? So with Cooks being more of like a speedster, more of a guy to get you down that field and take the top off of that defense. I think that's more of what we need than more of a possession receiver like DeAndre Hopkins is. So, not saying that bad about DeAndre Hopkins. I love him. I would love to see him here, but you got to look at it from a standpoint of how it fits your offense. You know what I mean? So they did what they were supposed to do. They went and got a guy that fit. And if you bring back T.Y. Hilton, I feel like you get C.D. Lamb, you got Michael Gallup, because I think Michael Gallup is going to be so much better 2 years from that ACL surgery because they had to go back and clean it up. Remember, he wasn't 100% last season. I think that he's going to play more with confidence this year, and having Brandon Cooks on the team also definitely helps that because what are you going to do? And Brandon Cooks plays in the slot, and you got the other two guys on the outside. If you bracket one of them, that's one-on-one coverage everywhere else. And we already know CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup can beat one-on-one coverage when they're 100%. So that's just that. So that's why I look at it there. But if you bring T.Y. Hilton back on a one-year contract again, and with Cooks and CeeDee Lamb and Gallup, oh my God. Like, it's a pick your poison offense. Not to mention these young tight ends that we have. And this new West Coast offense that we're going into, we're going to talk about that in a minute too. Getting the ball out of Dak's hands faster at a faster rate is definitely going to help that situation with our offense. So when you look at it from that standpoint, I think we're going to be fine. Our defense is already good. We just needed to quell up that we needed that refrigerator up in there, blocking those guys in there to stop that run, plugging up that middle, because teams just kept running on us. So that's my take on that. Hey Gina, what's going on? I was getting ready to tell you, Lola, to hit up Gina. Gina, are you getting my notifications? Yes, please bring back Ty. That's what I want. Chris B, my dream right now is them trading for Jeffrey Simmons from tight. Absolutely study defense second. That would be our defense number one. I agree with you, Chris, but they're gonna bring back Jonathan Hankins. It's gonna be cheaper. They don't have to give up anything. He's already been here. He already knows the defense, and how much better at run stopping we were with Jonathan Hankins in there. So that's one thing I want to keep in there. Okay, yeah, Gina, make sure that bell is on when you click on it, make sure it's on all. Because when you have it on personalized, it only gives you, like, it'll give you my content, but it'll notify you like a day or two later, which is so stupid. Um Yeah, but Cowboys not giving up a first round pick, Chris. You know that. They're not gonna do that. And I understand where you're coming from. Right, you just making a statement. It's a dream, right? Um, but the Cowboys ain't giving up a first for that. They're not gonna do. They're not gonna give up a first from that when they could just simply sign um, Jonathan Hankins and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Uh, do we think Lamar Jackson is gonna go if he's staying? Let me tell you something. There's some teams that need quarterbacks. We can name them right now. Who's quarterbacking for the Texans? Eastside Harold. Eastside Harold. Who's quarterbacking for the Texans? Is it Mills? Last week I called him Mims because that's how insignificant he is. I messed up his name. It didn't mean that. But the Washington Commanders. Who is starting for the Washington Commanders? Sam Howell? They don't have Heineke no more. They got rid of Carson Wentz. What they say? If you can't make it in Washington, where you gonna play? So you said keep Lamar out of Washington. I know, right? But I'm saying though, if he leaves Baltimore, I feel like that's a team that will pay him because you know how Washington is with those versatile type of quarterbacks like that. So those two trick ponies. Do you really think Bryce Young is going to be a starter? Like straight up? I know y'all gonna get Bryce Young, but I'm just saying, like, is he gonna start right off the bat? You think he's gonna start right off the bat? Okay, all right, okay. So let me ask you, Eastside, since you're a Texans fan, would you like Bryce Young over them trading for Lamar Jackson for you? Like, if would you be happy if the Texans acquired Lamar Jackson? Is my question. Eastside Harold, I'll wait. Not the two trick pony. Yes, the two trick pony. I was waiting for somebody to catch on to that. You said Lamar is fantasy land? Quite possibly. But I will say this though. Is it really fantasy? Because I don't see it being totally out of the question though. I don't. You said not gonna happen in Houston? Okay. Fair enough. Hey, you know your team better than me, bro. I was just asking a question. I was asking a quality question. What you thought about it? Lamar might go to the Patriots. Do you really think Lamar's personality it will work under Bill Belichick? Because to me, he's almost like a Cam Newton type of guy. Like he's definitely a um I guess you could say a speakeasy type of individual. Um because Cam Newton didn't work there, so I don't think that they'll I don't think Lamar's a good fit for the Patriots. What up, Gary Hawkins? Welcome in. I don't think Lamar will be a good fit for the Patriots. I mean, I can see him going. Well, who's the quarterback in Carolina? Didn't oh shoot, didn't Baker Mayfield? So Baker Mayfield went to the Rams. Is he still with the Rams? I'm so confused right now. Is he a free agent? Because if I'm surprised nobody traded for him. I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. We don't have this problem. So this is the thing. Everybody, we got fans out there that talk so much crap about Dak Prescott and say that Dak Prescott is this, Dak Prescott is that. He can't do this, he can't do that. But they forget that a quarterback's ability to play is really predicated on the offensive system that you're in. Perfect example. Um, Brock Purdy, right? Almost forgot his name. Oh, he's in Tampa now? Damn. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right because they said that they didn't have no money down there because because your boy Tom Brady took all that money with him. So Lamar to Tampa Bay, they ain't got no money. Tampa Bay ain't got no money. Tampa Bay is like negative cap. They can't get nobody right now. I think that's why they got Baker when they could. Oh man, this is gonna be an interesting season. But anyway, Brock Purdy, perfect example of systematic. He played so well because the way that the 49ers run their offense is very quarterback friendly, right? We talk about that West Coast offense, right? You can plug pretty much any quarterback in that system and they'll because it's made for yak yardage, yards after catch. Um, the quarterback doesn't have to throw the ball downfield so much. But I think that, and there's different ways you could run the West Coast offense, right? I think with the way that the Cowboys are going to do it, they're going to do it predicated on the strengths of Dak Prescott, which is the smartest thing you can do. Why? Because he's your franchise quarterback, and you should, mind you, you should make sure that what you're doing when you're playing with your team as your quarterback, that guy is the person that um, runs your. It's predicated on how he plays in a positive way. Like how we're gonna do with Dak Prescott. We're gonna do quicker reads, right? So it's gonna be more of boom, 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 boom. You're gonna see a lot of pitch throws to Tony Pollard. You're gonna see some short stuff to CeeDee Lamb, maybe a little bit with Michael Gallup, and then that's gonna open up things with the tight ends. You're gonna see a lot of seam routes with these tight ends. You're gonna see more wheel routes. You're gonna see more play action and RPOs, which is what Dak Prescott thrives at. So the irritating thing that I had um, with your boy Kellen Moore. Not saying that I don't I like Kellen Moore, but it's gonna fit so much better with Dak Prescott doing this because Dak Prescott is good at those things and you utilize the things that your quarterback is good at. Period. We we saw Kellen Moore do some of these things last year, but he didn't stick to it. And that was the problem. He went out there and he was like, okay, well, I'll do this play and then never do it again. You remember that game when the tight ends ate? Like it was like the tight ends were scoring touchdowns and you saw them in the game and they was getting it. What happened to that? We were doing 12 and 13 personnel. We have not done that since since that game. We did that one time. What the hell happened? That's that inconsistency that I'm talking about. That's the inconsistencies that I saw with that. The fact that when Kellen Moore was here, he was not utilizing the things that work. I've never understood how you would do something that worked and we'll see that shit one time. And I said that when I think I might have been at Mark's house that game. I said when I was standing there with him and DMV, and I said that I whispered over to DMV, I was like, bro, we're not gonna do this again. Which was sad because you're making your quarterback look bad. So now us as a fan base and those of us that listen to that outside noise, because remember, when you guys be listening to these talking heads talk, they don't watch Cowboy games. They just see the highlights. They don't understand the inner workings of what's going on. And what kills me is when I hear former players talking about stuff and they spew out nonsense, and I'm like, are they paying you to say that? Because you're a former player, you should know better than that. Your mindset should be different than that. Oh, John Dirty, you asked about my dog. Yeah, I can't have her where I'm at right now. The last time you saw my dog was when I was still married, when I still had my house. When we sold the house and we got divorced, where I'm at now, I can't have her here. So I have a friend keeping her for me. So hopefully when I get a new spot, I'll get her back. But she's good though. She'll be 8 this year, and she got some gray hairs in her face right now. So I call her Grandma Coco now. That's my baby though. David, you said you got to re-up on that tea. Yeah, definitely support Jay Elise tea, y'all. Definitely get them teas, man. Them teas are delicious. Matter of fact, she was just here a couple of weeks ago in town, and she had gave me some more teas. And I'm telling you, I was gonna promote them on the channel, but I drank them all because they were so delicious. But I told I told her to send me some more. But y'all know, go ahead hit up Jay Elise tea on her Instagram, and order y'all some teas, man. And if not, get the info from David Jenkins because he's gotten teas from her, and David Jenkins can tell you himself they are delicious. I ain't got to tell you. Um, Gary, you say you're a fan of the '60s and '70s and want to trust Dak, but it's hard to trust number 12. So I'm gonna give you something. So since you're um a past guy, you're a history guy. You're a little older, Gary, so I understand. What helped Troy Aikman win those Super Bowls, right? What wins championships? Defense in the trenches, right? And a good running game on top of that. Now, that's why do you think Emmitt Smith got these rushing records? Troy Aikman didn't have to throw the ball all the way like that. If you go, and I know you know this because I know you've seen these games. You saw them live. You're older than I am. I was born in '85, so I wasn't even born in the '70s. But I was there I was alive during Troy Aikman's era. So when you look at Troy, you seen what got us winning these games. A healthy run game. And when you can run the ball well, it opens up the passing game. So when I tell you that you can trust Dak, Gary, please just don't listen to what you hear on the outside, man. It's just a different generation now. You got to understand that, like, a lot of this ain't Dak's fault. And Dak has been the scapegoat for a lot of BS. And I'm not, and y'all know me. I don't I don't get paid by the team. I don't get paid to say nothing. I'm probably one of the lesser YouTubers out there. Y'all know Law Nation and my man Skywalker Steel and Vosh Lombardi and Mark Holmes. They the ones they got all the they're famous. They're YouTube famous. They have all of them have over 30,000 subscribers. I'm nowhere near none of that. Like, so I'm not even a popular YouTuber. But I will tell you, and one thing that I keep that I love about myself is the fact that I keep it 100. That's why my hashtag is always keeping it real. When you see this, it's always keeping it real. Why? Because I don't get paid to say anything. I don't have to make excuses for nobody because I don't know these players personally. I just speak from what I know and what I've seen. And if Dak makes a mistake and it's on him, oh yeah, I'm gonna say, hey, he messed up. He needed to do better. And yes, some of those interceptions were on him, but also understand too that the scheme that we were playing didn't make sense. We did a lot of option routes. That was what Mike McCarthy was pissed about. And if y'all understood that Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore argued a lot in the background, and because of his relationship, Kellen Moore, I'm talking about his relationship with Dak, have him doing all these option routes and stuff like that. So they got this buddy buddy system going. So you can't learn from a buddy or from a peer. That's why I said now that Kellen Moore's not here, having an older guy like Schottenheimer and Mike McCarthy running things now should help Dak more because they can open Dak's eyes to something different. Okay, let's stop doing these option routes. Let's stop doing these things that teams keep seeing over and over again because when they're watching film on you, they're watching tendencies, they're watching predictability, they're watching you do these same things over and over and over and over again every week. And that's how they're picking the damn ball off. It's how Bud Dupree was one of the guys that said it. I already know what they're gonna do. The reason why they knew what we were gonna do is because we kept running the same read options over and over and over and over and over again. That's why Mike McCarthy said we gotta run the ball and not just run the ball, but run the ball right. Like Kellen Moore would just call it run plays just so Mike McCarthy could shut up. He's like, all right, but it's the same shit. Running up the gut. Oh my god, lost yardage. You keep doing the same thing, teams are gonna figure that out. You gotta mix it up. And you can't throw the ball all over the yard and expect we know that Dak Prescott is not elite, right? We know that. We know he's not Aaron Rodgers. We know that he's not Pat Mahomes. We know that he's not Tom Brady. But what he is, though, he is on the level of Josh Allen, that second tier. You know what I'm saying? Dak Prescott may not be able to put the team on his back, but I damn sure know when you have an offensive coordinator that knows how to call a game right and using RPO and using play action, which are and hurry up offense, which are Dak's strengths. When you utilize these things, you are able to use your quarterback in a way that we're gonna somehow be like, damn, Dak Prescott got so much better. No, it ain't that he got so much better. It's just that you play to his strengths. That's just with any quarterback. If you put Pat Mahomes on a sorry ass team, he's gonna slum because it ain't predicated to the way that he played. So when you learn your quarterback and know what your quarterback is, that's the first thing that you should do as an offense is know the strengths of your quarterback and play off of that and build your offense around. That is the whole reason why Mike McCarthy said, "Oh no, fuck that. We bringing this West Coast over here. We're gonna run more RPO. We're gonna run more play action. We're gonna do what we need to do to open up those deep passes because I know that Dak can do it. He's just not the quarterback that can put it on his back, but he's definitely a quarterback. If you run your offense like you're supposed to, he definitely can get you there. And no, Dak is not mid Eastside Hero. You just mad because you lost Watson. Yeah, because you lost your quarterback. So it is what it is. You said what happened if the Cowboys traded for Lamar? John, that ain't gonna happen. I remember when Amari Cooper told Dak that he didn't like the play that they kept calling. Dak changed at the last minute and they won overtime. Exactly, Big J. Those are the things that I'm talking about. And if Amari saw that, understand that needed to change. And that's why I said I'm not trashing Kellen. I just didn't think that he was good for Dak. He was hindering Dak. That's why I said now that he's not here no more, Dak can concentrate on having an older, much more experienced offensive play caller, somebody that can come in here and show Dak some new things, not somebody that's his peer, not helping him grow. Yes, and Dak can run. That's what we talked about the RPO, Gary. And it's the same thing when you go back to the Troy Aikman days. Troy Aikman would have been garbage if he would have had Kellen Moore of his goddamn uh, offensive coordinator, because he'd have been slinging that thing all around and throwing interceptions. So you just got to be smart about it. So when I tell you guys to like stop listening to that crap that y'all hear out there, it's just mind-boggling to me, man. Like it's some of our fans base out here. You know how many teams would love to have that? You know how many teams that don't have quarterbacks? And I ain't talking about necessarily. I've had fans of other teams say to me, "Why does your team hate Dak so much?" I'm not even a Cowboy fan. I love Dak. The fact that he's a true leader, the fact that this guy, everybody on the team follows him, the offensive line will run through a wall for him, the running backs will run through a wall for him. Why can other fans of other teams see this shit, but our own goddamn fan base can't see that? Explain to me why. Why? Because we're spoiled. We think that because we're talked about all the time, you hear this coming from over here, you hear this, so you don't know what to believe. Sometimes you just got to use a little bit of common sense to understand that it's more to football than what you're actually looking at. Yep. As soon as defense will let the other team come back, fans ready to attack the quarterback. Yeah. Now, if with all these changes, Dak still fails, then I would be like, okay, there's something wrong with Dak. He's probably not the guy to do it. We need to get somebody else. But I'm still behind Dak because I already know what he can do. Because you saw what happened when he first got into the league in 2016. When he was out there bussing. You know why? Because we did a lot of play action. We did a lot of RPO. We did a lot of hurry up offense. And the running game was great. because our offensive line was good. With our offensive line being now, if you want to say something is mid, Eastside Herald, that offensive line is mid. We're no longer that Dallas Cowboy team with the best offensive line. We don't have that no more. With all the injuries and the people leaving and this and that, why do you think these offensive linemen leave and teams snatch them up like this? Connor McGovern left so goddamn fast and made my head spin. When I thought it was fake news when I saw that the Bills signed him that first day. I was like, he went to the Bills? Well, goddamn. So that understand that like teams know what we got. They just like Cowboys don't know what the hell they doing with these people. Let me utilize this guy the way I utilize. That's why I said I'm all for Mike McCarthy. Finally, Jerry Jones finally allowing Mike McCarthy to coach this damn football team. Because you didn't let him do it the first 3 years. Yo, hey, Mike McCarthy, uh, let's let's uh, 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 let's let Boy Wonder go in there and play and see what Boy Wonder can do, and then if that fails, then I'll let you do what you do. That's some bullshit. I was mad when Bobby Wagner signed with Seattle, but I already knew that was going to happen. I already knew he was going to go back to Seattle. Everything was building back up to that reunion. We knew he was coming back. And yes, Cowboys should have got him, but they did. More than likely, they'll probably re-sign Anthony Barr again. We did so many curl routes. Feel like they were watching the curl competition. I know. David, I'm glad you brought that up. So with those read options and those goddamn uh, curl routes, and that's all we did. And teams kept, and every time we curled, that cornerback jumped right in front of him and got that ball. This is the cornerback right here. Cornerback said, "Wow, interception." Especially when Michael Gallup was on that goddamn curl route, because what they did was they pumped Michael Gallup because they knew Michael Gallup's wasn't 100%. So there's he ain't striding like he's supposed to. He ain't cutting like he's supposed to. Let me just slide up in here and get this ball real quick. And that's what we had. Dallas Bonilas. What's going on? Hey, Joe Gonzalez, how you doing? So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. So are y'all feeling me on that? Like because I'm preaching. Are y'all feeling me on this? I need y'all to understand that Dak is gonna be fine. You just got to do the right thing by your quarterback. Jesus Christ! Like I keep seeing these, and I'm gonna use Pat Mahomes as an example. He's a great quarterback, wonderful quarterback. But God damn it, if Andy Reid, that boy know how to use him. He know what he doing. He know what he got. And when you know what you got, you can draw up some good stuff. Yep, Jerry and Steven wasted 3 years with that crayon drawing up plays. And again, that's all on Kellen Moore. They allowed him to do that. You knew that was Kellen Moore at that last play of the game. What the hell was that? What was that? That you knew that was some Boise State shit. You know that ain't gonna work in no damn NFL. You know that. I don't even know why they even tried to attempt that, bro. Because that was just asinine. So I was mentioning a little bit about it earlier in the stream, Chris. Uh, yeah, it is Dallas. What up, Manuel? Um, you said you placed one. I didn't see it come up. Because Terrence Jones did one, so I know it works. I didn't see yours, Dallas. Here go East Side. Go Astros. Go Texans. Go Rockets. I give you the Astros. I give you that one. Jerry Jones is a wrinkled face. I hate when he is on the field. Damn, John. Tell him how you really feel, John. You said you like that 21 on Gilmore, but damn, they disrespected Zeke by taking his number, though. Lord Jesus. Yeah, so no, what I was saying about it, Chris Cantu, I was saying that the fact that when Jerry came out and said that they didn't close the door on it, I had already talked about that last week on the last live stream. I said, watch them get rid of Zeke and then nobody picks him up and then he come back. Because as far as I know, he hasn't changed his social media as far as the Cowboy stuff. That's not true, Eastside Harold. They do love Zeke. They just didn't love the money. Now, Zeke got his money. You made 70 mil. You said my video is going in and out? That's weird. My internet is at like full blast. Like I don't it shouldn't be going in and out. Can y'all hear me good? But yeah, so I'm just saying, as far as Zeke goes, okay, all right, I'm good. So as far as Zeke goes, I'm gonna tell you right now. What up, them boy? As far as Zeke goes, I already explained that like if nobody if nobody picks him up, which I don't think they are, because like I said, the closer you get to, because we're in that stage right now in free agency where teams are focusing on their draft boards, right? Like I said earlier in the stream, they're focusing on their draft boards. So what's happening is they release Zeke post June 1 to get that dead money off of the team so they can get that money back. And if you know, worst come to worst, they can bring him back on the cheap ass minimal contract. And it won't hurt the Cowboys none. Because at that point, Zeke knows he has no other options. Because they told him, hey, you want to go out here and see if you can go with another team? Hey, do what you got to do. But if it don't work out, the door still is open for you to come back. Now, the question is, if he comes back, what are you going to do as far as you no longer have to draft a wide receiver, a running back high, because you got Tony Pollard coming back. You got Ronald Jones on a 1-year contract. You still got Rico Dowdle, and then you got Malik Davis. So if they bring back Zeke, you can use Zeke literally just for goal line and tough yardage situations and pass protection. I'm going to say it again. If you bring back Zeke, you utilize him for his strengths because that's all you're going to need him for, because you already got a home run guy with your young running backs. Utilize him as pass protection. That is most important, because there's, as much as people been disrespecting Zeke and saying he don't need to be on this team, understand that he bailed out Dak a lot from getting sacked in situations because he was pass protected. Tony Pollard is not good at pass pro at all. I get nervous when he out there without Zeke. I'm like, oh shit, Dak about to get blown the hell up. So you better make sure you put a tight end over there to chip when Tony Pollard in there, because he's gonna miss that assignment, because he's just not that type of guy. He's a throw the ball out in the flat and getting those home run yardages. Right. Zeke is your Marion Barber. Thank you, Big J. Yeah, he cancels people. Zeke makes what Tony Pollard would get a negative yardage, Zeke would be 2 or 3 yards, maybe even 5. How many times you watch a game where you seen Zeke go up in there and you're like, shit, he got 5 yards out of that? How? Because he done slid that ass up in there and knocked that linebacker back and got them 5 yards. And again, pass protection, certain third down situations, and first and goal. Get Zeke up in there. Is Ronald Jones being placed on the package price? No, he shouldn't be. He should be fighting and fighting for that number 2 spot. Technically. Yes, thank you, brother. He makes a difference. He still makes a difference. A lot of people don't see that, man. How Jerry trying to lowball Terrence Steele by making him a swing tackle. Jerry getting old. He's see now. They're not gonna make him no. They're not gonna make him no. They bet not make him no swing tackle. Terrence Steele is your solid right tackle. Do you see what happened to this team, to this running game, to this offense in general when Terrence Steele got injured? That right side wasn't doing too good. You had to put goddamn Peters out there, and he done fucked his hip up in his old ass. So again, guys, they better do the right thing with Terrence Steele and put him back on that right side. Put his big ass on that right side. Get some young draft. I want to see an offensive lineman first round of draft. Period. I don't give a damn. Get you a guard. I want to see a guard center, and then also get you a tackle too. I want 2 offensive linemen in this draft. 2, because we don't know how long Zach Martin's gonna play. Because Zach Martin is one of those guys where he's not gonna wait to get injured to leave the game. He gonna leave the game with dignity. He gonna be like, you know what? I made enough Pro Bowls. I made enough all teams. I know at this point with my stats and stuff, I can say that I will probably be a Hall of Famer. So what the hell am I still playing for? So that's what I'm saying. Whenever Zach Martin decides he want to put up the cleats, it's just gonna be one of those situations where it's gonna be like, there it is, and you're gonna look up like, oh my god, he's gone. Cowboys need defensive tackle. I said earlier that they're working on Jonathan Hankins, re-signing him, and they're also working on Carlos Watkins. So that should help. And then you get you a young defensive tackle stud in the draft, either first or second round. So I was saying between the first and second round, you got to get you a DT and a young DT and an offensive lineman. That's it. Why change something that's been working? Still a badass at right tackle. Exactly, Cantu. See, y'all be saying what I'm saying. Hopefully, Micah doesn't switch his number 11 to 0. I got his jersey plus C and 0 in the field would be odd. Let me tell you something about that. That's why I don't buy jerseys no more. If I buy a Cowboys jersey, it would have my last name on the back of it. Shit. Like, yeah, I play for the Cowboys. EJB, what up? Yeah, I'm not big on buying the jerseys anymore. I get Cowboys Million. I haven't bought any Cowboys Million in a long time. If you notice, in the last, I don't know if y'all guys been peeping or paying attention to me during the season. Y'all ain't seen me wear a jersey since 2019. I have not worn a Cowboys jersey since the tailgate that we did before the pandemic, and that was the last one that I DJ'd. That's the last time y'all saw me wear a Cowboys jersey. I ain't wore a Cowboys jersey since 2019 season, and I refuse to. I wear Nelia, like I wear the hats, I wear the t-shirts, scarves, hat, all that. I ain't wearing no player jerseys, not right now. You said you miss work, hate staying at home with this cancer. Hey man, I know, man, John. Hey man, hey John, you breaking my heart right now, man. Like I where you at, man? I need to come give you a hug, man. Like I just John, man, man, my heart goes out to you so much, John, because you about to make me cry right now. Like for real, man. Like I'm so I'm hurting for you, bro. But at the end of the day, man, we're gonna try to stay as positive as we can, man. John, just understand that everybody in this live stream right now, I want y'all to show John Durden some love, man, just as much as I'm going to show him some love. Um, like I said, John, you know how to contact me if you need to talk, man. But I'm gonna tell you, we love you, bro. We here for you, bro. It's all day. See, y'all about to make me cry. I'm trying to keep it together. Like, much love to you, John. That's all I can say, man. Just much love to you, bro. My heart goes out to you, man. Whew, I need some tissue. God, y'all got me emotional over here. Whew, man. Yes, can too. The power of positivity, man. Um, you really think D Law sucks? Nah, I just think that, man. He's definitely a good run stopper. Like, you get him and Hankins in there together. If you watch the games with him and Hankins in there together, D Law was playing really good, and D Law has definitely improved since we got rid of Mike Nolan. See, that year with Mike Nolan got everybody um, tripping, like, because it made us think that everybody sucked. We started hating Leighton Vander Esch. Not everybody's loving Leighton Vander Esch again because he had a good year. You know why? Because he finally had a multiple year with the same defensive coordinator. Since Leighton Vander Esch came, he kept having a different coordinator every year. You can't function when a defensive coordinator with different philosophies keep coming in and switching what you're doing all willy nilly for no reason. So it is what it is. Um, I know that he's a defensive end, and I know that a lot of people judge for sacks. I feel you, Kicks. I feel you, bro. And we talked, and you and I talked about this when we was at the tailgate the last time, Kicks. I look, I hear what you're saying. I agree with that part, but what I need you to understand is he we have to look at D Law a little bit more than just for sacks, right? We know that he's a run specialist as well. So what he strives at, when that middle is solidified, he's able to eat. Y'all know that D Law gets a lot more attention than a lot of those other guys on that line because other teams look at D Law as the leader of that defense. So when they look at D Law, they be like, right, I know the ends get the money. I'm fully aware of that. But not every defensive end is a high sack guy. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way that is. It just depends on, what you're predicated on. But because of the way our defense is structured, everybody eats. Fowler eats. Armstrong eats. Um, Golston eats. So when you look at the sacks, it's not just going to be one person like D Law getting all the praise. It's going to be a mixture of these guys because he does a lot of rotation in his defense. Dan Quinn, I'm talking about. So everybody's eating. Everybody's eating, bro. That's why. That's why you seeing his numbers go down. It ain't because D Law suck. D Law definitely don't suck, and I don't want you to get that in your head, bro. It kicks. If you got to go back and look at some of these games and just pay attention to what I'm saying in these games, D Law is doing a lot of that run stop, and he's doing a lot of that off the edge stuff. He's look at. Okay, so go to PFF. Look at his pressure rate. He may not get. You know why he not getting home? Because Michael Parsons keep taking the sack between him and Armstrong. Because when they come in, they're changeup guys. So when teams are there, they're looking at two guys. They're looking at where Micah is, and they're looking at where D Law is. So when teams' focus is on them, other guys are eating. Why do you think Fowler had a good year? Fowler had a good year. Sam Williams was playing good. So you talking about Fowler, Armstrong, Chauncey Golston. All these guys are eating because of the simple fact that that attention goes to Parsons and D-Law because those are the dominant guys on that line. Right. So that's all I'm trying to tell you, Kicks. Don't think that he's trash. E2, you think the Cowboys will pick up another edge rusher in the draft? They don't need it. They don't really. I mean, they could for future reference. They could, but I don't think that. Who is this John Apples person? Get him out of here. I don't even know who the hell this is. Probably some stupid ass troll. Anyway, um, yeah, Sugar Daddy, he is. He is the best run stopper that we have on that D line. So you know, we're definitely blessed to have a defensive coordinator like Dan Quinn, because the simple fact that he knows how to utilize these guys and he knows how to play them and switch them up. Even Carlos Watkins be eaten. That's why like they're in the process of re-signing him and Jonathan Hankins right now. They're actually in the process of that. I think those are the last two guys they're probably going to sign. But I would like to see them bring back uh, uh, T.Y. Hilton as well, because I think that will solidify our wide receiver core. John Apples, I don't know what you watching, because when you watching these games, you need to look at and I don't know if you was listening to what I said, but what I said was what I said, and that's what it is. Because I can go back and look at film and show you exactly where you're wrong at. I'm not watching highlights, bro. I'm watching actual games. You're not gonna see how. See, that's the problem. That's the problem with people like you that say stuff like this. You all you're doing is watching highlights. Highlights don't tell the full story. You got to watch the game, bro. You got to look at the game. You got to look at the game. You got to look at every freaking defensive snap. That's how you that's how you figure out what that player is actually doing on that field. Ain't nobody worrying about John Apples. I don't even know who the hell that is. Um, think priority would be O line, D line, linebacker, probably running back, something like a workhorse. Yeah, you get like I said, you can get a running back in the fourth or fifth round. I want to see drafted high O line, maybe a linebacker and a defensive tackle. Those are the three things that you're gonna need. Oh yeah, that pressure that D Law puts, man. Watch them games. When you see them defensive linemen crashing down on the quarterback, is D Law and Parsons always right there. And if you and there's so many times where D Law starts smiling because he like, damn, Parsons got there before me. Because they're crashing down, and then Fowler come in there, and then Armstrong come in there. So when they're switching these guys up, the offensive linemen don't know who the hell to block because they like shit. All we know is D Law. That's the guy. So we know he the leader. Let's block the leader. It's just like when you're fighting somebody, right? Or if you got a bully picking on you, you're gonna fight the strongest person, right? Because all the other people follow that strongest person. If you could neutralize that strongest person, basically cutting the head off the snake, which is what Michael Parsons said too. Cut that head off the snake, the rest of the will follow suit. That's pretty much how that works. You utilize that in damn near any situation that you deal with in life. It ain't just football. Think Ridgeway would have made an impact if he got the snaps Hankins got. See that part covers some. We don't know. We really don't know. I would say yes, only by the way that he's playing in Washington, right? He seems to be doing pretty well in Washington, but he definitely was a mistake to let go. But you know, you didn't have no choice. You didn't have a choice. You know what they could have done, which what they didn't do. They didn't put Dak Prescott on IR when he got injured. All those games that he played, he was still on the 53-man roster. They did not put him on IR. If they would have put him on IR, you could have had that spot for Ridgeway. But since they chose not to, they ended up losing Ridgeway. Now, at the time, they didn't think nobody was checking for Ridgeway like that. But clearly, Washington was watching. And they was like, nah, we're going to get this young boy. ESPN and Fox charts are not homework. Watch some real tape. Right, right. Yeah, they could have had put an online practice squad instead of Ridgeway. I'm telling you. But this is my thing. It's a far cry now. I mean, you don't have him no more. But I feel like this defense is still doing well without him because we picked up Fowler at the time we did it. I mean, they got rid of Terrell Basham. Terrell Basham was doing pretty good at a certain time, and then I guess for whatever reason they got rid of him. It is what it is. I guess somebody's gotta take that nap. I saw an old game with David Irving on our team. Remember him? Yes. How do you think he'll do? But man, if David Irving was on this team right now with Dan Quinn, oh my God. If David Irving wasn't such a young acting, God, if he was just a mature individual, I swear he would have been eating. He would have been eating like hell on the scene. Do the Cowboys still have to sign Tony Pollard still under the franchise tag? You would want them to find a contract to sign because it will eliminate that dead money because you got to pay him $10 million now. So if you were to sign him for a contract, it would drop his yearly base, so you don't have to pay him a whole 10 in 1 year. You know what I'm saying? But yes, he signed it already. He signed it already. But the way that the franchise tag works, you have until July 15th to settle an actual contract. If they don't settle an actual contract for Tony Pollard by July 15th, then he's gonna have to stay on that franchise tag and they're gonna be owing him that 10 mil for the year. That's it. There are times when Cowboys missed out on talent because the players don't get the reps most times. Pretty much. If David Irvin had his mind straight, he would have been dominated. I'm telling you. Oh my God, David Irvin was a beast. They better get a deal with Tony Pollard franchise tag as soon as I'm telling you. They got until July 15th, Gina. They got until July 15th. If we draft a running back top three and top three running backs, then we'll point out then with Tony Pollard get a new contract. Uh hmm. I think they want to see. I think they want to really see how well Tony Pollard's gonna come back from that injury. I don't know. Maybe they gonna keep that franchise tag throughout the year just to see how he does with his lower body. 6 foot six. That was a big baby. That's what he was. You think those key pieces we neglect if we focus will be better off? Um, Look, this is what you did, David. You solidified your cornerback position, at least for this year. We got really good safeties. So that back end is going to be really good coverage. What you needed was your front end, right? You need some more offensive line. You need that defensive tackle right there, eating up those blocks so they can't run nowhere. You traded for a wide receiver. Boom. You did need that. Now, you put all of that together, come out with a pretty damn good team. Not to mention, like, I love the moves that they made. I love how they were finally aggressive because somebody said to the Cowboys, hey, we've been doing this such and such amount of years, just relying on the draft. I know that we draft well, but sometimes you got to go out there and get that change of pace player that you need for your team. It's key pieces. That's what's up. What defense, what position do you want to draft 20s? I want an offensive lineman. Gina, you said your husband ran into David Irvin at CVS. Did your husband get high off of the contact that David Irvin? Let me stop. Let me shut up. E2, will the Cowboys give long-term contract to Tony Pollard? They need to. They John Durden. They have until July 15th to sign Tony Pollard to a full-term contract. And like I just said, it will behoove them to do that because what it does is it lowers that cap number, and you can pay him less than 10 million a year, but for multiple years. You can spread it out into 2 years, which would help the cap. Um, yeah, that's definitely what it was. The by the running back market being less than 10 and him getting a full guaranteed 10, that was smart on his behalf. I don't even know why he even thought about not signing. Shit, you sign that thing quick as you can before they change their mind. You think being the running back is Calais Campbell an option? I think he's going back to the Ravens. I think he's going back to the Ravens. And he's an older option. Not saying that he still can't do it. He still can do it. I just said if we're gonna bring back Hankins, I'm good with that. I'm good with the Hankins. Yep, that's why I'm at with that. You said he took a picture with him and he didn't get no contact though. Okay, good. Because I know your husband would have came back high. You'd have been like, "What you been smoking, babe?" I was with David Irvin, and I just got contact high, and I'm good. That's how it would have went down, Gina. But let me stop messing with David though. Look, Sugar Daddy said I'd have signed that shit too. I know, right? Will the Cowboys trade that 26 pick? I doubt it. They're gonna keep. Unless, let me tell you something, John. Unless, okay, you can never say never, right? Never say never. But I feel like this. It's gonna be something dramatic. Got to happen in that draft for them to trade it first. What up, D. Lewis? So we're now been an hour and 13 minutes in here. It is 10:54 now. I gotta get ready to go to bed because I gotta go to work in the morning, and I'm going in earlier tomorrow, so I gotta get some sleep. All my people from the California, I know y'all 3 hours behind, and I know y'all good. Y'all probably just getting in the house, eating dinner and shit. I'm jealous of y'all. But anyway, you 3 hour behind people. What you mean, you people? What I'm saying though, you know what I'm saying? Nah, but I'm jealous though. That 3 hour behind thing, that shit, I would love for it to be 3 hours ago. That's all I'm saying. Because I felt like my night went by so fast. Jerry cherishes his first round picks. You know he do. You know he do. E2 House A1. The weather done. A1, 1A, A1. However, whatever y'all be calling my son. All y'all be calling my son something different. Um, so the weather is so it's been raining all week for the most part. About 50 degrees. So yeah. See, I just said y'all probably eating, just finished dinner. I know, right? Yes. Yeah, I got you. So, so Chris, you got my reference. See, that's why I love y'all. That's why I love y'all. Chris got my reference. Yeah, make sure I drink my water, man. Gotta make sure I drink my water. Hey, what do you mean, you people? But yeah, man. I appreciate all y'all coming in here, man. Hey, look, real quick. Most important, man. This is a family, man. I want everybody, before we leave the live stream, I want everybody to send prayers over to John Durden, man. Show John Durden so much love, man, because that love, we need that love right now. That is important. Um, Dallas, are you still in here, Dallas? No, it's all good, Dave Yarno. It's all good. Appreciate all y'all coming in here, man. Yeah, I love that movie too. That movie is hilarious, Chris. But yeah, man. I appreciate all y'all coming in here, man. I love y'all support, man. You guys are literally like my day ones. Y'all been following me for a long time, so I love my little circle that I got right here. You guys are the ones that mostly watch my live streams anyway. A lot of the other people, they just look at the videos and stuff. But it's all good. As long as you're watching the content, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I make the content for you guys. You know what I'm saying? I wanna be able to share my talents and share my knowledge of the game with you guys. And if I can teach you something here and there, and then we just have fun at the same time, man. That's what it's all about. Um, nah, A1, he'll just be 4 years old. He's not starting school till next year. You said draft a wide receiver. Hey, if we bring T.Y. Hilton back, you probably won't have to draft one till later in the draft. You said a big wide receiver. I feel you on that. You get one in the second or third. As I was watching the replacements earlier today, movie cracks me up. Ole, 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 ole. Hey, you know what? I think that's still on Netflix. I'm about to go watch it while I take myself to bed, and then at some point it'll be watching me because I know I'm gonna be knocked out. So yeah, prayers for you, John Durden, man. We love you, bro. Like I said, God got you, man. God has the final answer. The doctors could tell you, you got 3 years, man, but at the end of the day, God has the final answer, bro. And He got you. He got you. We all got your back, bro. Um, and like I said, live your life to the fullest while you have it now. Live your life with no regrets. And we all gonna be here. Yes, we gonna watch these Cowboys, and they gonna piss us off sometimes, but we gonna have fun and we gonna laugh with each other, man. That's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. And shout out to Shane Falco and and the replacement. Good night, Lola. Good night, y'all, man. Love y'all, man. Peace, love, and hair grease. Peace out.